It says exit, but there's no exit.
Whoa, I'm at Petrified Forest, and today is Friday the 13th. It's media day here at the Petrified Forest, so I wanted to bring you guys along. They were kind enough to invite me out and show me a little bit of behind the scenes of what the event is offering for the 2024 haunt season. So I'm very excited. Came out last year. Absolutely amazing. Blown away. So I was like, you already know, have to come back this year. So anyways, if you guys are ready, let's go out on these trails and have some spooky fun.
This year, we have the theme is Societies in Shadow. So we have 3 brand new immersive trails dedicated to 3 depraved societies of humankind that are going to put you through the ringer of different torture and different instruments of destruction.
Lovely.
Yes, it's going to be great. So we're going to take you into the first trail area. This one's going to be called Lifeline. The background for this particular trail is it's kind of a community that's like just living in squalor. There's an encampment back there. They're really embracing the environment of the forest. And this society is hiding out altogether with just themselves for protection against some pretty sinister monsters that are going to attack the senses.
Ooh.
So there are there's some surprises we're not going to let out quite yet. But yes, this is going to be the first one. This is also going to be way back in the jungle, so there's going to be some overgrowth.
Oh, nice.
Maybe traipsing through.
That helps set the mood.
Yes, a lot of wild Florida earth to get there. Of course, we have our creature area. This is where all the makeup and airbrushing happens. We get through about 100 characters in 1 hour.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a lot.
That is a lot of scare actors. Wow. I was going to ask that. 100. Wow.
100.
Woo.
Yes. So it's going to be a very busy area this year, but they've got it down to a science. And our makeup and costuming team are absolute rock stars. So we leave it in their very capable hands every year. So come on back. You are seeing 2 acres, the east portion of 2 acres of storage, of trails, of all manner of horror things. And thus begins the jungle trek.
Oh gosh.
Yes, come on back. So this is part of the lifeline. There is going to be a bridge element here. Mind your head and feet. Fences and perimeters rebuilt from the ground up every single year based on the themes. We're passing a vehicle that someone drove into the community and I guess never left. And here we land at the Shantytown encampment. So this is where you may be interacting with characters, or you may just be observing them in real time in their natural environment. This is where they cook. This is where they eat. This is where they sleep. This is where they get their water. We have our sort of, community water tank or our water filter. Another portion of the shantytown with just a rabid garden of decaying mushrooms.
This is super creepy, just
Isn't
walking
it?
in the daytime.
I know, it's crazy.
I can only imagine in the dark. Yeah.
Exactly, with actors, with lighting, with all of those elements, it's going to be pretty incredible.
And it looks like they have a lot of stuff they can make a good amount of noise, for
Very
sure.
much so. Very much so. Oh yes, the audio tracks really bring it to life. As anyone who's done a lights on tour of Haunted House knows, the audio really
for sure
awakens that next sense. So yes, this is our lifeline community, and those monsters are attacking their senses, so they are learning how to adapt and cope in their society. So we'll go out the way we came. Homemade hooch, of course, a staple of any insular society.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Gotta stay hydrated. That's right. Gotta have some fun too.
Now, how early in the year do y'all start doing like the remake and start
Great
rebuilding?
question. Creative starts at the beginning of May, and then we build all throughout the summer. And by building, I mean we build, but we also repurpose. Sometimes there is a set piece that's like, oh my gosh, that's going to be so perfect for this, and we kind of build around what we have and what we need to make. And then all through the summer that happens, and then really September 1st is go time. And we build, the cool thing about being a homegrown haunt is we kind of continue to build throughout even the event. We might see something the guests are really digging, or something they're not digging, or we may want to add an extra element here. We're noticing there's sort of a dip in the trail,
Right.
That we can add a human element to, we can add a set piece to. So it's really cool that we get to keep adapting. And then when the haunt season is over, we go right into Krampus. When Krampus is over, we go right into MegaCon. And then we do it all again starting in spring, early May. So it is a year-round,
That's a lot.
year-round operation.
And this is 17th season?
This is the technically 17th season here, but the 19th season of Scares.
Oh, awesome.
Because for 2 years, this existed literally in the backyard of the owner.
Oh, wow.
It started as a neighborhood.
And it's grown into all this. Wow.
Into all of this. Yes. So again, mind your step. We're going to head this way to the second trail. So welcome to what we affectionately call Chicken Road. Chicken Road serves a variety of purposes. It kind of bisects our land through the middle. This is where all of our building, the golf carts and the cats go through. And this is where we have all of our building materials that are separated into trails. This is also named Chicken Road because if you can't handle the scares, this is your exit.
All right.
So we get all of our chickens out on this road. It's also where we do our backstage tours, so it's really cool to get to see those elements. Sometimes there are characters waiting behind these doors. This is a really great backstage way to get a feel of what happens behind the scenes. This second trail that I'm about to show you is called the Estate of Decay. Kind of a play on words because it is an estate. It is the family home of the Decay family. And the Decay family is inviting you for the first time into their sinister mansion. And the son of the family has spilled some family secrets that you unfortunately were receiving of, and now you're going to pay the price. So come on in. I'm going to take you to the Estate of Decay family catacombs, where you will see some past members of the family remembered in their own special way. Welcome to the catacombs.
Oh my goodness, wow. My gosh.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. This is awesome.
Right? Certainly an awesome sight to see
Wow.
during the day, but can you imagine with the effects in the evening and the lighting and
Gives you chills.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yes, it did what it's supposed to do. Another cool element of our trails is we try and disturb nature as little as possible, even down to a leaf. So if we have a tree in the middle of the catacombs, we'll just build around it.
Wow, this is really amazing.
I'm so glad you enjoy it. Lovely. We'll head out the way we came. Really excited for this particular trail because I think it's going to be super character driven. You're going to get to know the members of the Decay family, and they each have their own perspective on the family history and the mansion itself and who they may or may not want to affect based on who comes through. Some cool new additions this year is the Chicken Pass. The Chicken Pass is going to be an add-on ticket. Let's say you are coming with your other half and they are so not into scary stuff. You're going to get them a ticket, and then you're going to get that Chicken Pass add-on. That is going to be a glowing neon literal rubber chicken that does make noise, and that will tell this characters this person has requested modified scares. More spooky than scary. Thrilling. So yeah, that's a really cool
That's a nice option.
Yeah, it's
Let
a
more
really good
people
option.
experience a haunt.
Of course,
Yeah.
and something that maybe those larger haunts can't quite do, to do those modified scares, we can do that because we're homegrown. Another cool thing is going to be the color wheel. Color wheel is every time you buy a ticket, there will be a color associated with it. When that color comes up on the spun wheel, and I believe they spin it every 20 minutes, you're going to go into that line. You get to choose which trail you want to start with first, and then you get a fast pass for the other two. Basically, you're only waiting in line once, and when you are waiting in line, you're only waiting with those guests with the same color. So it should eliminate a lot of waiting in line. We are back to the facade area. As you can see, the Decay family estate. The entrance to Lifeline, of course, like sort of a native woody, immersive environment. And now we are going to go to the first trail, which is called Deadly Games. Deadly Games is going to take place on a soundstage. It is the company, and the company is putting on these deadly games. They are inviting you to be part of the games where you win or you die.
Excited about.
So this is a true soundstage, true behind the scenes look at everything. I mean, you're seeing lighting, you're seeing on air, you're seeing cameras, you're seeing cables, you're seeing technology, you're seeing old show posters that the company has put on. What's in the box? Truth or dare? You never know what's going to happen with these deadly games. And then you will enter the studio audience area for the deadliest game of all, called How to Get Out. And this is a moment, there's going to be an interactive character here that is going to be welcoming our studio audience to How to Get Out and letting you know how the game is played.
This is going to be good.
It's going to be fantastic. Again, super character driven. I mean, it's going to be outlandish, clownish, over the top, lots of colors, lots of in your face. I mean, you know how the trope of a game show host is going to play out.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fantastic. Really cool lighting elements in here. And I just love kind of the vintage.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So not so much a depraved community per se, but just the company itself that plays these deadly games. Wacko. It says exit, but there's no exit.
You hear that, guys? It says exit, but there's no exit. So comforting.
Incredible. So those are our 3 trails. In terms of the other huge element, we have an entire front yard. And the front yard is going to be chock full of games, of food trucks. We have our Pixel Pet adoption booth that's going to be here. You can apply to take a furry friend home. We'll have Happy the goat wandering around. We have merchandise vendors, art vendors. You can take a piece of the A Petrified Forest home with you. We're going to have midway games. We're going to have a laser tag arena, bounce houses. There's all kinds of excitement going on out here, all held together with a DJ. It's going to keep you dancing.
That's awesome. I remember last year when I came out, it was super organized, and I like how when you're waiting, you have like all that stuff to do. So it's awesome. Yeah.
And you may feel like this is a safe zone, and it is from character immersion. But there are because it is depraved societies. There's nothing creepier than someone just watching you and observing you, getting that feeling. There's going to be a community of observers out here that is going to be clocking your every move.
Oh, lovely.
Know everything about you by the time you leave.
You all been warned.
You've been warned. You will be observed in the front yard. So I'll take you to makeup and costumes.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's really cool that you are here quite literally in the middle of a build. As you can see, it's happening right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, because I'm just blown away. Compared to last year, it's like totally different. It's a lot of work.
Yes, yep. Completely different from the ground up. Some of our awesome build team over here.
Hey, build team, how y'all doing?
Magic happening. Production offices, I may have mentioned. And we will jump in and see Danielle in the makeup and costume trailer.
So we have about 120 people that we dress into costumes for, between the trails, the front yard, the street actors out in the very front of the house. A bunch of creatures this year, more so than usual, so kind of working hard at that. We try to repurpose, reduce, recycle, reuse everything that we can. We have our costume stock in the back there, just kind of stuff the gills, busting out everything. A lot of donations that we get. We'll even deconstruct previous costumes from the years and use pieces of that if we need to. And then kind of go from there, outsource if we need to. Different techniques. So this was like a morph suit that we are taking and redoing completely. She built some with some old fabric that we had. It ended up being the proper texture and everything that we wanted. And we took boning and made those wings. So they'll be attached to the fingers. So when you open, it'll have the flow of it all. Then this is liquid latex that we did with this one to create this. So taking the liquid latex and painting it directly onto the tree itself gives that great texture. Then we took some felt and adhered that to the back to give it the structure.
That looks super nice too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And then from that we did some Velcro onto here. So this will go, we have a couple different panels that will go onto a person. And then we did it so the easy to take on and off with the Velcro to wash and do all the proper cleaning. So this is the base, that is what this is. Then she made some little lion's mane shelf mushrooms out of spray foam, the great stuff, spray foam, and just some plastic. You put it on there, it doesn't adhere to it, so you're able to manipulate it and shape it how you want. And just let it dry. Then we did some moss, and this is some other foam, and just adding that on to give more of a texture, because the moss, using just that as much as we would love to, will fall off over the wear and tear of it. So you always have to keep that in mind as well. And then these are little vines that were made out of
Love
bisqueen.
those.
So it's just a black plastic bisqueen, and then you just take it.
That's so crazy.
Do
Oh,
a
it just
little
looks like
twist
wow.
texture with it, get it super tight. Take a heat gun to that,
Mhm.
and then that'll keep it in the shape and form once it cools and everything. And some of these are going to wrap around the body to give more, tie them all together and give more layers with that. And then this guy, we have some of these we're going to use as well. This was off of Mother Nature specifically, so it's a little more worn, but I chose this one so you can see the process of it all. These are pool noodles that were used, so you cut them lengthwise in half. Then we use the heat gun to give it the shape and manipulate it to that. That was even like sliced at the end. Then saran wrap is used to incorporate that, make it so it's not as porous, and with that you can even use the heat gun to bubble that up and get texture on it as well, and then painting over that to disguise it all.
It's pretty neat what you can use to create something as cool as that.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, even like, so this is a mask that she made for this guy as well. And this is pantyhose that we used as the base on the Ed head here. So you put the pantyhose, bring it down probably to about here is what we did. And then taking liquid latex and painting over that to blend it, and then using the same little mushrooms and adhering those with the latex. Then, yeah, give a great airbrush. This little detail is rope that's in the latex. So just little different techniques. I think these were little foam balls.
So y'all are really bringing the nightmares to life.
We
That's
try.
crazy. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. Do you
So
have any questions?
I was just
or-
going to say, I think we spoke earlier about it, but how long does it typically take to get people in costume and makeup?
It is about an hour and a half that we have, time frame wise, to do that. You want to get them on? Oh, I didn't know if you were cutting it or not.
No,
Oh, here's a pair.
So we have, yeah, about an hour and a half by the time they come and get here. They'll check in with us, get their costumes, and then go to makeup and set up underneath the tent out there. And then they'll go out to the front yard, and then, ready or not, by 7:30, opening gate time, we open the doors, and everyone's always done and ready by then. But as the season goes on, it just gets, you know, faster and faster. We'll recognize the people and who they are and just start popping down the line and giving them their stuff, and then they can jump ahead to makeup, and we'll have extra time always at the end once we get in the flow of it all.
It's turning out really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, and just, you know, seeing it, you have to picture the final process result at the end, like could not get deterred when it's halfway through and it's like, ah. Which is always
Well, you all are
fun.
extremely talented. Thanks for letting us see behind the scenes.
Of
This
course,
is spooky
thank
cool.
you.
I love it. They sure have done a lot of work out here. I'm amazed. And these facades are really good looking. Wow. You can tell they've taken a lot of time and energy to build these. Just take a look at these entrances. I'm just blown away. They're creepy just in the daylight. And the front of these look nothing like they did last year, so like I said before, I'm blown away with how much they've done here. And I can't wait to check them out next month when they open. So that was Media Day here at the Petrified Forest, and whoa, like, whoa. Hold up. I'm speechless. Like, when they say they build from the ground up and redo the haunts, and let me tell you, they are not just taking their old haunts and retheming them or just slapping something on. They are literally out there. I think they said they started as early as May. So all summer long, lots of sweat, I'm sure, but they are rebuilding these haunts, and these are really, really detailed sets. I really like everything they were showing me. So if that's what it looks like during the daytime, I can only imagine what it's going to be like to walk through these scare trails in the dark at night. I am going to be scared. If you haven't been to the Petrified Forest, I will put their link and all their information in the description box. You definitely have to check them out. Like I said earlier in the video, this was my first time coming last year, and I was blown away, so I already knew I had to come back. So thank you, Petrified Forest, for inviting me out for your Media Day event and giving us a little behind-the-scene tease. I'm sure everyone watching, and including myself, are super excited to check out what's in store for this year's Haunted Trails Petrified Forest. So, with that said, bye so forever. See you later.